Good afternoon, everybody. It is March 2nd, 2022. It is Wednesday, and today we're going to talk about something on the sports node on YouTube that we haven't done before. We're going to talk about an upcoming UFC fight. This weekend is UFC 272. The card is actually being headlined by former champion Colby Covington and Jorge Masvidal. Now, Covington coming into this bout, again, former champion, 16-3 overall. He is the favorite. Masvidal 35-15 in his career. Also on the undercard of this are former champions such as Rafael dos Anjos, and also on the undercard is former NFL player turned UFC fighter, and that would be the 7-4 Greg Hardy, who spent some time with the Dallas Cowboys and the the franchise formerly known as the Redskins, now currently known as the Commanders. This is the card that I like to dub the piece of shit card. Because between Covington and Hardy, these two are quite honestly pieces of shit. Greg Hardy, as we all know, was basically kind of blacklisted, and I don't want to say because he wasn't officially, but kicked out of the NFL for domestic violence back in 2014, where he beat the living hell out of his girlfriend at the time. He had his suspension reduced. And eventually had the charge expunged from his record, but then photos came out really kind of within days of that showing the injuries to his girlfriend. So Greg Hardy is a piece of shit. He is a massive, he's a little bit more of a pick'em, but many are predicting that Sergey Spivak is going to take Hardy in this fight, as Spivak is 13-3 in his career and is a slight favorite at -210 to Hardy's +175. The main event of Covington versus Masvidal is a lot more polarizing than the Hardy fight. Covington 16-3 as a -310 favorite. Masvidal again 35-15, a +260 underdog. Covington likes to call himself the supervillain of the UFC, and he is now kind of supplanted himself ahead of guys like Jose Aldo or Anderson Silva or even Jon Jones. He's the guy that you almost kind of buy the fight for, hoping they're going to get the living shit kicked out of him. And Colby Covington, quite honestly, has not done things as bad as Greg Hardy in his personal life. However, the guy is a dramatic Donald Trump supporter, and anyone who knows me knows that the world would be a much better place without Donald Trump in it. Or at least not in the political spectrum or anywhere where a camera can be put in his face. Covington, after winning the UFC, winning a UFC interim title, the interim welterweight title, visited Trump in the White House, presented him with a kind of replica of the belt. But let's also be honest. Covington did beat Rafael dos Anjos to win that title, had nasal surgery, was stripped of it later, beat Robbie Lawler, who I'm sorry is past his prime, beat arch rival Tyron Woodley, where that went to the 5th round, and only because Woodley suffered a rib injury, but also lost twice to Kamaru Usman, who he claims he's a much better fighter than. You lose twice to one of the best fighters on the planet. It's Chael Sonnen syndrome, and I like Chael Sonnen a lot. This is basically Covington trying to stake claim to something that Chael Sonnen already had the market cornered on with his 2 fights against Anderson Silva. Again, came up short both times. We all remember that Sonnen was less than 2 minutes away from from beating Silva, decided to get cocky and then got caught in a triangle choke. His first fight against Usman, he was TKO'd in with really under a minute to go in the fight. It was actually called with 50 seconds left in the fifth and final round, and then lost a unanimous decision where a lot of people said it was a lot closer fight than that. Sorry, you still lose unanimous decision. It's not as close as you think. So he's basically gone 0-2 in fights where he's actually going after belts. He again won the interim title with that, and has criticized the Black Lives Matter movement. Again, is a very, very staunch Trump supporter. He personally attacked Matt Hughes, who was a very good friend of Lawler after Matt Hughes, his truck was hit by a train, so took shots at him in the the post-fight interview with Joe Rogan, who's another piece of garbage out there. He even went so far as to, even after, in the lead up to the first Usman fight, said that Usman was ducking him, and also Usman's longtime coach Glenn Robinson, who died in 2018, died from a heart attack because of all those years he was ducking me, and he'll be watching you from hell. Colby Covington is probably the biggest piece of shit in mixed martial arts right now, and I am hoping, I don't know if it's going to happen, I'm hoping Jorge Masvidal knocks him into 2023. Colby Covington does sell fights. He is 34 years old. He was a member of American Top Team from 2011 until 2020 because he basically burned every bridge on his way out the door. He's the kind of fighter that you're hoping that Masvidal hits him so hard they have to wire his jaw shut for about a month. So I will be paying close attention to this. There's a reason why Colby Covington's nickname is Chaos, is because he causes chaos everywhere he goes, and quite honestly, you can never predict what's going to come out of his mouth because 99% of it is garbage. So here is to Jorge Masvidal, basically shutting Covington up to where he does not get a title shot for the rest of his UFC career. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys think in the comment box below. Like and subscribe if you enjoy. And again, from what I mentioned in the earlier post this week, the next Wise Guys Sports Show with myself and Mike Martinez will be on March the 12th, and then on the 19th we will be doing a very special live episode of the Big Recon on Sports podcast on YouTube with Alex from Row 7 and Willie from the Shakeback Media Group, where we will be doing a live mock of the or a live draft of the first round for the NFL, even though the first round will not take place until late April. But again, guys, we will see you guys soon. We got a couple more things in the pipe, and again, we will see you guys very, very soon. Take care.